Why does my trumpet sound stuffy? Today we're going to get to the bottom of this. Now this is happening for a few reasons. I'm going to talk about the first problem right now, which is that children are being taught by band directors that do not play trumpet. Now I know that in college, band directors have to go through a lot of training and they learn all of the instruments because they know they're going to have to teach all of the instruments. But when someone who doesn't play trumpet every day teaches someone that's trying to learn trumpet, they don't really understand all of the challenges that come with normally practicing the trumpet. And so the main challenge that needs to be overcome is that children are learning how to play trumpet with puckered lips. And they believe this is the proper way or the only way to get a buzz on the trumpet. And therein lies the first problem. It is not necessary to buzz to get a sound on the trumpet. Now, please do not misunderstand me. All sound is created through vibration. So yes, we need vibration to make a sound, but do we necessarily need to buzz to create that vibration? The answer is no, not when it comes to playing trumpet. Now, buzzing is beneficial. It can be beneficial, but it's not for everyone. So it's very important that a teacher look at a student and determine if that particular student needs to buzz or not, and if so, what type of buzzing will be beneficial for that student. And so band directors are teaching young trumpet players that they need to buzz to make a sound, and they do this by puckering the lips, and with puckering of the lips comes a stuffy sound. And so if you want to go any higher, you're forced to press. And when you press, you are stopping the vibration of the lip. All right, so this is all bad. Bad habits leading to more bad habits. And another problem with playing with puckered lips is that eventually you're going to hit a limit with your range. And so a lot of people get very far playing with puckered lips. And you can actually learn how to make a good sound even though you have bad habits. I was a person that played with puckered lips, and I had a beautiful sound. Honestly, looking back, I don't know how I accomplished that. But something that happens eventually is that you will have a limited range, and serious trumpet players don't need limits on their range. And so what usually happens is that the serious trumpet player needs to circle back to the beginning and correct their embouchure. And this can be discouraging because the trumpet player feels like, man, this is time lost. I don't have time to go back and fix this problem. Or they might think, man, I wasted however many years of my life playing the wrong way. While these things may be true, if you are a serious trumpet player, it is time well spent to correct your mistakes. So right now, allow me to give you two solutions to this problem. One solution is to practice free buzzing. I'm recommending this because free buzzing will help you to have good form. That's one great purpose of free buzzing, is to help you to have good form in the embouchure. Now, when you free buzz, you don't want to pucker. That's the whole point of this. You don't want to do this. There's not a good sound, and you're going to have a stuffy sound that you're trying to get away from. So normally, if you see a pucker, the mouthpiece is placed on what is called the red of the lip. In other words, the line of the lip is not in the cup. So you want the line of the lip in the top and the bottom in the cup so that you can have more control. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're in the red. Normally due to a pucker. So this is the proper way. This is the way you really want to practice. Get the line of the lip in the cup. And so this is where free buzzing comes in. We free buzz not to buzz into the mouthpiece, but to practice the proper form so that we can get the lips into the cup of the mouthpiece so that we can have control. All right, so instead, just roll the lips in and blow. And it's a very gentle blow. Matter of fact, I advise you to start from a soft blow, a gentle blow, instead of going in really hard. Look at this. If I go real hard, it's the opposite effect of what we want to have. I give more details on how to free buzz in a different video on the channel, so I'll link to it right here in the cards. Check it out. I want to take a second right now to tell you about my brand new book that you should download. It's called Master Endurance on Trumpet. Now, when you read this book, you're going to learn the 3 reliable ways to improve endurance on trumpet. Everybody needs growth in this area. I want you to have this book for free. The link is in the description below. Go ahead and download it. You'll be happy you did. It's a short read and you'll be better off for it. All right, let's continue with the lesson. Now, the second solution I'm going to share with you is simply to not buzz at all. Everybody does not need to buzz the trumpet mouthpiece or the free buzz. And so how do you determine if you need to do it or not? I'm going to tell you, get in front of a good teacher to help you. That's really the best solution. Make sure it's a good trumpet teacher. The second problem that may be causing your stuffy sound is that your wind is not exceeding the resistance of the trumpet. And so when I see this in trumpet players, the main problem is that they are blowing way under the level of resistance of the trumpet for whatever reason. And so if this is a problem that you have, this problem can lead you to playing out of tune, mostly flat, because you're playing under the resistance that's required. Something else that can be happening is that you're fingering the correct notes, but the sound coming out of the bell is wrong. And so you might be thinking, man, what's wrong with my trumpet? Again, it's nothing wrong with the trumpet. It's that your wind is not exceeding the resistance of the trumpet, so you're playing way under. So it's possible to play in between what's supposed to slot in the trumpet. And then also, finally, the reason why we're here, if you're blowing under the resistance of a trumpet, then you can have a stuffy sound. This challenge is made especially obvious when we're practicing slurs and we can't quite hit the top note. And so how do we overcome this? You must blow past the resistance of the trumpet. And so I'm going to suggest 2 things to practice. They're very simple. So one thing you can practice is long tones. And I like to use a metronome with my students so that they can hear and have a visual before their eyes of a goal of how long they're going to hold the note. A good place to start is simply 8 clicks at 60 beats per minute. And then you gradually just extend that over time. A good goal, long-term goal, is 40 seconds per note. Hold one note for 40 seconds. That's easier said than done. And if you practice this, you're going to learn that some notes you can actually get close. You can get to 30 seconds and beyond. And while other notes are just really more challenging, and it's going to be hard to hold them for even 10 seconds. But that's what you work toward. Something else that you should practice to help you blow past the resistance of the trumpet is lip slurs. And I kind of already touched on this. When you're going toward that top note and it's not quite coming out, that's a good indication. That's actually a direct indication that you're not blowing past the resistance of the trumpet. Assuming you have proper tongue level, but that's a whole other lesson. Problem number 3 is that trumpet players don't press the valves down firmly, and this can lead to a stuffy sound. The main thing that I see with trumpet players is that the valves are pressed down too slowly. And on the way to the note, that in-between state where the valve is almost down but not fully down, where you're going to create a half valve sound. Now, that's a wonderful effect when it's done on purpose, but when it's done on accident, it's very frustrating. And so the solution here is very simple. Press the valves down firmly. Press them down fast. What are you going to practice to help this technique along? Clark studies. Very simple. Don't be afraid to start off slowly. You need to start off slowly. Everybody needs to start slowly, and then you'll gain speed eventually. The main thing is that you play evenly and press the valves down firmly. All right. Click or tap on the video on the screen to continue your learning, and I will be there to help you on your journey. See you soon.